So for the MENA region, do you can you recommend a few verticals that you think that are really hot now for
Oh,
entrepreneurs to pursue, or just maybe domains, or I won't say ideas, but like I said, some verticals that could be something really hot, and not just even the MENA. I mean, could be globally hot.
yeah. So I have this little spiel that I give folks that there's we're in a completely we're in another major technological shift today. If you kind of look at the in the history of kind of the computer industry, there's really been kind of a number of big transformations that a lot of people have, a lot of developers, a lot of energy got devoted to. The first is the PC world. When the PC first came out, there's a lot of industry, a lot of technology, a lot of energy went into creating PC applications, whether it's games, whether it's productivity apps, whether it's word processing. It was just a giant industry that got created in the 80s. The second big one, if you look at kind of like that was a big climax. The next one was the internet. When the internet came out, it completely transformed how people built everything. And I mean, we're still kind of in the middle of that wave. The number of websites, the amount of value, everything that got created, the internet has completely transformed the software industry. And it's you cannot think of a software business where the internet isn't a core part of their business strategy, and also is where all their energy. And you look at companies like Google, etc., that are just purely internet companies. I think we're in the third wave, which is mobile. The amount of energy and the amount of developer focus that has come that is dedicated to mobile is fairly significant. So I think mobile we're in the beginnings and the middle of a mobile revolution. So I'm thinking that, and this is just the beginning. You look at the phones, the numbers are just staggering, even in the MENA. Over 90% cell phone penetration. You look at the Android numbers, it's basically almost, I think the last number is 550,000 activations a day of Android phones. The the iPads are, I mean, the tablets are in the millions of tablets. So there's a big change that's happening, and the nature of mobile is very different from the internet and is very different from the PC because of the nature of how you interact with it, the touch screens, the speeds, the fact that it's very personal, etc. I think mobile is still has lots of legs, and I think what's really interesting, especially for the MENA, it's one of the um, few mediums where there's a very strong payment channel built into it. So I think for the MENA, it's particularly good because the flow of money is a big challenge. I mean, there's no one I've talked to where that hasn't said the flow of money is a big issue in the MENA. How do you get money from a consumer's pocket into your bank account as part of whatever transaction? And mobile it's one of the few channels which makes it very easy for these impulse transactions to occur. So that's one kind of big area. It's kind of one that's related to it. In the MENA, I think in particular, transaction-based businesses are much easier. Businesses that ultimately go into transactions, like for example, Groupon, the Groupon like Nabit in the UAE, where basically everything is a transaction. There's money flowing as part of everything. And so it's in the spirit of e-commerce. There's a lot of, I think, opportunities to automate and simplify how consumers get access to services, content through the MENA. So that's I think another big area. Especially when you live in the US, you get exposed to a lot of things that you take for granted when you visit the Middle East. You're going, oh my God, what? It's too hard to buy a movie ticket. What? This is too complicated. Why do I need to talk to a human being? Not that I don't like talking to people, but